Hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator once again. Today we're doing another Heli-Tour. This one we are going to be doing the Yosemite Valley tour. And we're in Mariposa right now. We're going to take off, go north. We're going to follow the Merced River over the valley. We're going to try to make it to Lee Vining, altitude depending, but we're going to try. So that is what's on the plan for today. Let's head over to the helicopter and get fired up. All right, so the air tours are not a thing here at Yosemite for obvious reasons. You wouldn't want helicopters buzzing in and out constantly. So the fun part of a flight simulator is that we get to do it ourselves. So let's go ahead and fire the helicopter up, turn the batteries on, get everything running. We are on the latest and greatest version of the helicopter and a new sound set in this thing. So we're gonna have new sounds to play with today. We're on advanced. I've got my beacon and strobe light on. That's all good to go. All we have to do is just fire the engines up with these. You know how that goes. Engine 1 and 2. We'll click that FADEC on as well. If we can get it. If we can get it. There we go. Awesome. We'll let her fire up. Let's close the doors here. We're ready to get going. Those are good sounds, man. I like them. You ready to go, dude? Yeah, he's ready to go. Of course he is. All right, we got our stick cam today, so you get to see my pedal work here. And I'm using a Thrustmaster TCA side stick with the Airbus rubber bellow around it. That's what that is all about. But now the engine is coming up there. We have good RPM. Starting to climb. There it is right there. And we have two good engines right there. Awesome. I'm also using the TCA throttle quadrant, but you probably won't see that in the shot here today. So we have the advanced flight model on. So we're already going to have to give a lot of left anti-torque as we bring up our throttle here. So let's go ahead and bring up the throttle. Well, we're pulling our collective. Throttle is high right now. We're pulling our collective now, so now you want to just go something real easy here. Let's get our altimeter just right there. Real easy on that power. Let's get light on the skids just like that. There we go. And we are in the air. Beautiful. You can see that green dot there. That helps us with the hover. More to the left here. There we go. Just looking at the trees in front of me there. Getting a feel for the helicopter here. Wind's right off our nose to the left here, so we're going to take off just to the left here. A little bit more left pedal there. There we go. Add a little bit more collective in. And we're golden. And now we're going to go ahead and add more collective. Nice and easy. Let the helicopter come to us. You see how much left pedal I'm giving right now. When we get through that transitional lift, we're going to let go of it. We just need that forward speed to happen first. There we go. Awesome. And I can let out that left nice and easy there. And just like that, we're flying. Fantastic stuff, right? All right, we have found the river right off our nose. So the scenery you're seeing today is going to be VFXSimmer's scenery now. Microsoft Asobo added Yosemite Valley in the world update they did for the US. However, it's okay. It's not the best. So I am using VFX's today, which is fantastic. I'll have everything linked in the description below if you want to check that out. The helicopter. I'm using a livery that's based out of a helicopter company out of the Pacific Northwest. Since they don't do any heli tours here in Yosemite Valley for obvious reasons, they don't have any, we don't have any options for that, so I'm just using this one. All right, just following this road for the most part into the main valley. This is another sharp turn coming up here. Now, I got to go to Yosemite Valley in 2009 is when I went there. So I've been on this exact road in a little rental car. It was a Kia, if memory serves correct, yeah. Go left here over this mountain. It was a little Kia and it had no cruise control, no options basically in it. And I remember my leg was just dead from all the mountainous driving and then going down and getting on the highway, and because we were staying in Sacramento at the time, just visiting. But yeah, I have been here before, and I've been on that exact road down there, which is really cool. Leave a comment below if you have been to the Yosemite Valley, and you can offer your 2 cents or your story. There's usually a story accompanied with a trip there, you know. Right here. It's such a beautiful drive, though. If you've never done it, this is definitely a bucket list item for you. You want to go see the valley. It's just so gorgeous. All right, we're getting almost to the main valley now. A few more bends. We'll pass Angel Falls and all that, and then we'll see El Capitan, the big, huge cliff that's on the left side of the valley. And then we'll see some other things like we'll see the diving board. We'll see Half Dome, all that. There's so many different things to see. I'm not gonna be able to point them all out. I'm a bad helicopter tour pilot, right? All right, we've passed El Portal, Foresta, all that. We're about to make a right-hand turn now around this little last turn. And up there, you're gonna have Half Dome view, but I'm gonna go ahead and slow down a little bit. We're gonna be coming up on the tunnel view. Now, if you ever come here, you can take a road that wraps around, and there's a tourist spot for you to take pictures of the valley. And there's a tunnel there. And there's a parking lot right next to the tunnel entrance. We'll see that here in a minute. There's the Merced River down there. Absolutely beautiful. We're starting to see a little bit of the valley now. And the tunnel is just to our right coming up past this mountain. And now we're entering the main valley. And you'll be able to see Cathedral Rocks east there to our right. And then Taft Point off our nose up there on the edge. And we're starting to see El Capitan come into play right there on the left. That huge rock face there on the left. So I'm going to come right over the trees here, and we're going to see that tunnel view. So I'm going to slow down a little bit here so you can see it a little better. The beauty of having a helicopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator is that you can do this. So we're coming up on the tunnel view now. And this is where all the famous pictures are taken. Yep, there it is right there off our nose. Right down there, that's the parking lot you can park at. You have the tunnel right there where you can go in. Right down there. I've been to that parking lot and taken a picture. Here's the main valley, look at that. There it is. The actual Yosemite National Park, all right here. You got Half Dome out there in the distance. We're gonna go right by that in a minute. But there's El Capitan looking beautiful, basking in the sunlight. Now, this is using live weather. I did not change weather for this flight today. This is just how beautiful it is. Now, we will be landing at the picnic area, the Sentinel picnic area today, just so we can kind of stretch our legs, and we'll take a drone fly through the valley and have a look at some of the cool spots. And now you see some of the photogrammetry kind of happening. But look at El Capitan right there. Isn't that amazing? Or what? I remember when I saw that. When you see that in person, you're just blown away. You're like, oh my. That is beautiful. It is. It truly is. When you see this stuff in person, it's so amazing. Hats off to VFXSimmer for that. That looks amazing. That looks really good. Good textures. Slow down a little bit here. Once you start getting slower, we have to use that left pedal. Just kind of cruising at this altitude. We can go lower. Start descending a little bit more into the valley here. Pull our collective out. Let the nose come to the left there. There we go. Counter it with the little right. There we are. And Eagle Peak's up there on the left. We won't be able to see it very well. We're almost down here where the visitor center is and all that fun stuff. And Glacier Point's off to our right, but we're not going to see that. Not yet. But that's Half Dome up there on the right. You can see it. Looking absolutely amazing. Looks like the wind's right off our nose. We'll see what it's like a little lower into the valley here, but for the most part, the wind's not too bad. Not too bad at all. There we go, right That's the picnic area down there. That's where we're going to stop. But yeah, look at Half Dome, man. Look at that. That is so cool. And North Dome on the left over there, but we can barely see it. We're going to come right by this little spot here. We're going to turn around in the valley. But it looks like the wind is coming right out of that direction there. You can see how much footwork you have to do with this helicopter. I wanted to show you guys a video or a camera of it because it's not that easy. All right, the visitor center is down there and stuff. We're going to be looking towards the picnic area. We're going to be landing at, which is this huge open spot right down there. Yep, right down there is where we'll be landing. We'll probably circle around. I've seen what the wind's doing. It's kind of to our right there. So we'll get a little lower in the valley and we'll feel out the wind here and see where we want to land. That's the spot we're going to be landing right there. Right underneath us. It looks like the wind is from our back, so we're going to land into the wind, of course. Oh man, look at that. You can see a real good view of Devil's Dance Floor and all that stuff. All right. A little bit of a pedal turn to the left here. Pulling that collective out, bringing the nose up. There we go. We're starting to slow the helicopter down a lot now. That's our landing zone right there. Kind of where that dirt patch is where we're going to be landing here. We got the wind right off our nose. This is looking good. Good descent happening here. We'll just bring that nose up a little bit more. I've got the collective pulled all the way out. So we have a good descent right here. We're going to watch for any sink rate or anything like that. And then we'll add collective in as we get lower to the ground here. There we go. Bring that nose up a little bit more. Starting to get into that hover. You can see that green dot shows up on your PFD there. All right, little left torque action there. Looking good. I'm slowly going to bring in my collective here. Now that we're getting slower and slower. So basically landing a helicopter is all about getting into a hover and then touching down. And this is exactly where we want to land here, so we don't want any more forward. We just want the helicopter to come down here now. Just looking good here. A lot of left pedal there, as you can see. It starts to become a handful here at lower speeds. A little bit more collective here. We're dropping pretty quick. Looking good here. Bring it back. All right, using those trees as a nice reference point. A lot of left rudder here, or anti-torque pedal. A lot of pedal there. There's the green dot coming to us there. Looking good. Bring it on down here nice and slow. There we go. You got to be patient with a helicopter. There we go, looking good. My left leg is about to die. Let's let it come to the right a little bit there. There we go. A bit more that way. I mean, this flight model is not easy to fly, this advanced one. Oh, there we go, we're down. That wasn't bad at all. All right, well, let's go ahead and just shut the engines down here. We're gonna enjoy the valley. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Welcome to Yosemite. all fired up. Let's go ahead and try to make it to Lee Vining. Add our power in. There we go. A lot of left rudder. Anti-torque, whatever you want to call it. Left pedal. There we go. Let it on come around to us here. Let's go to the left a little bit. Get around the trees here. More collective. Yeah, the polys are a little low when you're up close to them down here on the ground, but man, those are some awesome, awesome shots I got with the drone. All right, adding our collective in now. Transitional lift is good. We're out of here. There's more left pedal there as we add in all of that collective. Beautiful shot of half dome right there. There we go. And now we can bring our keep going left on our pedal there. We're at 4,500 feet now. We're going to be climbing higher and higher. So with a helicopter like this, I mean, you're going to start running out of altitude versus your speed, you know, and you'll still have to control the helicopter with your feet a lot more than you would think at higher altitudes. It's a little challenging flying a helicopter in the mountains. Handling the high altitudes, no problem. Look at that climb we have right there too. I mean, we're at 82 knots, but that's okay. We just use our left pedal. And now you can see Microsoft Flight Simulator, they have snow and ice modeled into the sim. So when you get to higher altitudes and snow-capped mountains, it's actual snow on the ground. And the trees are covered in snow too. Isn't that neat? The H-135 is doing pretty good. We're about 100 knots here. Add a little bit more power, crossing through 10,000 feet here as we're climbing over the last section of the mountains before we get to where we're going. But you can see North Peak over there. We're going to see Tioga Peak here in a minute, and also a little monodome on our descent into Lee Vining. But absolutely beautiful flight up here today in the mountains. And the H-135 is performing pretty darn good. I mean, we're at 10,500 now, and still looking all right here. Now we're at the part where we're starting to leave the snow and we're meeting some green grass up here and trees. And you can see the valley where we're going down here. I'm actually pulling collective out here and using right pedal here. Point our nose in the right direction. We have to go around this last mountain, and Lee Vining is right on the other side of that. But look at the transition. That is so amazing to see that. Hats off to Asobo for accomplishing that. Let's bring the nose up. We're in the yellow tape there. Don't need to be in that. Pull it up. I'm just pulling my collective out as we come down the mountain here. That's a pretty jump, pretty big jump from 10,000 down to 8,500 like that immediately. And then we have to get set up for our landing here. So not much further in our flight today. We have seen a lot on this tour. And thank you all for the love and support in the last video we did checking out this helicopter. Went to the Grand Canyon. Now, I did download the Grand Canyon Airport scenery and also their Heli-Tour as well. So we'll check that out again before too long. All right, up here on the left, we're looking good. And there's Mono Lake's massive too. What is that called? That's Paoa Island out there in the middle. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's it out there in the distance. Looks like it's got snow on it right now. Unless that's just the distance, you know. And that's always possible. All right, yeah, that was monodome we passed on the left there as we were coming down the valley there. We had a lot happen there at once. And there's Lee Vining right off our nose down there. Yeah, it looks like the island is completely covered in snow. You see the airport light down there. Winds are looking like they're out of the north. So we'll keep that in mind. And we'll land on the ramp here at Lee Vining. Maybe that's not snow. Maybe it's just harsh sunlight hitting the ground. That's always possible, too. All right, now we bring our nose up and start dumping some collective out of here and using my right pedal here. As we slow it up. Yeah, winds are definitely out of the north there, so that's good to know. There's a big highway down there. There's the ramp we want to land at, so let's just let the helicopter go over that way. It naturally wants to anyway. And we're going to land right into the wind. Looking good. Slow it down. We're about 46 knots now, looking all right. I've got my collective dumped out right now. We're coming down at a pretty good rate of speed here. Add a little bit more. I want to kind of soften it, you know. Runway 33 there. All right. Nice and easy now. Bring that nose back. We're about where we want to be here, so we're going to let the airspeed bleed completely off here. And we're just going to let it come on down. Using our pedal as we need it. There's the ramp. You see it down there. Bring that nose forward. You don't want to get into a full-on hover here, but for the most part. A little bit of left torque pedal there. We go. And all right. A little bit more to the right there. There we go. Yeah, that wind's right out of the nose there. 15 knots. Yeah, I'm going to use that as a reference point there. The tower is helping me out here. There we go. Adding that pedal in and more collective as we come down. We might have nailed this one. We're getting used to the helicopter now, you know. Nice and smooth. There we go. I say we got that helicopter figured out. What do you think? What do you think? Shut the engines off. Open some doors. Welcome to Lee Vining. What a fun flight that was. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you all for all of the love and support. As always, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you next time. Take care. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff. Just want to let you guys know that merch is available if you check out the link in the description below. And there should be some images you can click on below the video as well. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I do appreciate it.